shit. Let's
All right,
get
get
this
into it.
motherfucking album review.
Review.
So,
Okay. Oh.
this week's album review is a doozy. We got a double date tonight. We gonna start it off, though, with one half of motherfucking Slaughterhouse. We got King motherfucking Crooked. Got with Joell Ortiz. His real name's his rap shit. They created Hard. Let's let this shit rock out for y'all.
Sick for 6 days, man, this cold won't go away. Elevator stuck and it's no hot water. Another night taking baths in that stovetop water. Mom's running out the house when a blow got shorter. Somewhere in the Bronx, this nigga Poshot Porter. His rich family's on TV with a robot daughter. I'm standing in the arcade and don't got quarters.
Can you not say that this gives you Gorilla Glue vibes? This particular track. I get all the vibes from Gorilla Glue when I hear this shit. And I wonder, and this is a question that I want to send over to Arsonist. Arsonist, if you rocking with us today, I wonder how many of these hard tracks were scheduled for Gorilla Glue Part 2? That's a damn good question. I want to know that shit. R.I.P. to one of the best to ever do it. R.I.P. to Fred the Godson. You have to mention him if you mention Gorilla Glue. But open it up to the table because I'm going to speak very positively about this. How does this resonate for you all? What's your feelings? What's your overall thoughts about this?
We got 8 tracks. We got 2 spitters, 8 tracks, dope beats. I mean, look, we got Eric Sermon on the tracks. We got the Heatmakers on the tracks. We got Apollo Brown on the track. Justice League on the track. Like, yo, Ill Mind on the track. Listen, 8 tracks right now. Wellhouse, what, about 30 minutes? Roughly about 30 minutes. Fire album. Really fucking with it. It came out perfect time. I love the Heatmakers beats, man. I love the samples. I love the loops that they do. That vibe that they got, that crack music vibe, it hit different. It does give me, it's reminiscent of Gorilla Glue a lot. But, and then King Crooked is in the pocket. He's always in that pocket, but I mean, he is just in it. He is in and out of flows. He's giving you bars. He just hit different, man. This album is fucking fire, man. Layla, what you think?
I definitely like the compliments of the West meets the East, and they just come together. And you could definitely hear the Brooklynness on some tracks, and you could definitely hear the Long Beach, West Side on other tracks. And I think that's what made this album. Is this an album or EP?
Call it what
album?
you want.
Yeah.
Call it what I want. I'm gonna call it an album. Because I want more, damn it. But I just love the way that they play with each other. And let's just keep it a buck. Like, when you have 2 lyrically talented people like that, sometimes it could be really good or really bad. In this instance, it was the biggest compliment that you could have on an album like this. I did think that Heatmakers did like the majority of the beats, but they only did 3 out of the 8. And the one that I for sure was like, that's the Heatmakers, was actually produced by Apollo Brown, which was Catching Bodies. The fact that it started off with HARD, which is acronym for Housing Authority Rap District, it was the perfect freaking intro, because not even 3 seconds in, he's rapping on the beat, like just straight in the gate. He's letting you know we about to give you and serve you bars like all day. I'm sure if I hear more, I'll get some of you. Know, sometimes I can act a little blind and be like, oh yeah, I didn't get that. There were a lot of things that I did get, and I know there's a lot more gems coming. The fact that you have Eric Sermon, come on now. Eric Sermon on the second track, Get Your Money. It was beautiful. Absolutely love it. It gives me the 90s vibe. Just brings me back to the golden era of hip hop. I think my absolute favorite was Caddy Bump by Ill Mind. Like, come on. I know for a fact I got to be one of Tut's favorites, because that was straight like West Coast. I thought Blueface may come on. Just kidding. That will never happen.
Yeah.
But it was definitely a really great beat nonetheless. This was a fire album. Like, I could not ask for any more other than more tracks.
That's what's up. We'll go into your album review.
Oh, we speeding this up.
Well, we still gotta get through another one, and we kind of spent a lot of time on the social unrest.
Got it. Let me get my little notes out. Okay, if I had to go with bars, obviously the bars were there. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 10 out of 10. If I'm going based off of production and beats, I'm gonna give that about a 9 out of 10. And as far as songs that I'll replay, put on my playlist, I would say a few of them, depending on what playlist I decide. So I am going to have to give this album overall out of 10. I'm going to have to give it an 8.
8 out of 10, that's what's up. G?
Here we go. 8 tracks, 25 plus minutes.
Yep.
I mean, and to follow Layla's lead on this, y'all know how I rock with the Bipper, so we're going to dive into it. The bars were impeccable. I think that you're always going to have a great mixture when people spend time together. And Joell and King Crooked, or also known as, or previously known as Crooked Eye, they spend a lot of fucking time together in the booth at Slaughterhouse with Joe Budden and Royce the 5'9". So I don't expect shit less from them on bars. This album, to me, is impactful. One of the most prominent songs on this album for me is Memorial Day. And I think it was so fucking timely. And it sat with me in a different way than I expected, especially as an exit track for an album, which takes me into production and playback. I wish it was longer because I want more content, so it repeats so fast, which is also reminiscent of Gorilla Glue, right? Juxtaposed to something like El Chapo, which was 17 fucking tracks. So El Capo, what's that, Chapo? Yeah, you know mind it, right? Yeah. So El Capo, which was so much longer, but it had heat makers all over it. So production's there, playback's there. Last but not least is arrangement. I don't know if I'm indifferent about arrangement on this because of its length. I don't necessarily feel like anything's out of place, but I don't know if something could have been better. So 8 tracks with Bipper. I gotta give this an easy 6.5 out of 8.
Nice.
6.5 out of 8. What about you?
So, real quick, let me go through mine. I rock with the album heavy. It only competed with the next album that came out that we're going to talk about in a second. Of course, tracks I like Hard. I did like Caddy Bump. That's Crooks. Joan Catching Bodies is dope. Losing My Mind was a track we opened up with. I fuck with that. Black Soul is the feature. Only 2 features. Mark SX and then Black Soul. We going mics over here. This is a solid 4 mic album. 4 mic album
out of
4 out of 5.
Okay.
4 mic album. Good work, fellas. It's dope. And the only reason why it's not long enough for me is because we're going to get into our next